Hey, Jesse. Jesse! Supposed to be doing the podcast right now.
Huh?
Time to get off Pokemon Go. What are you, like a 9-year-old boy?
No, I'm like really close. I just gotta hatch this one egg.
I'm super over it. I need a new host.
What?
Need a new co-host. Put the damn phone down.
Okay,
it's time for the podcast.
Fine. All right, folks. This is Jesse.
And this is Shelby.
And you're listening to SPEW, where we are searching for Pokemon in the expansive wilderness.
Duh.
So this is our podcast where we talk about feminist nerdisms and nerdy feminisms. And, this week we're talking about the same thing that everyone else is talking about, which is Pokemon Go.
The Pogo.
The Pogo. Pokemongo is also what
Pokemongo?
like the hashtag looks like Pokemongo.
Pokemongo.
And I love it.
Yes.
So this game is taking over the world. It's taking over, the 3 or 4 countries that it's released in, at least it's taking those over.
What countries?
It's in Australia and United States. That actually might be it right now. And
I feel like Australia would be really dangerous to play this game in.
I know.
Because I've almost walked into traffic. I can't imagine what it's like to almost walk into a crocodile's mouth.
or a kangaroo.
Yeah.
And they have real life Pokemon down there.
They do.
I mean, we do too. We have the burrowing owls.
That's
and every
true.
time I see one, I'm like, come here, Pidgey.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So Pokemon Go is here. It's here to stay. Some people are happy about it. Some people are over it. If you're one of the people
Those people suck.
Those people do suck. If you're one of the people that's over Pokemon Go, you may want to go listen to This American Life or something. I bet they're not talking about it, but we're talking about it here on SPEW.
Yeah.
So for the people who've been living under a rock or in a weird cave somewhere for the past week, Shelby, tell me what is Pokemon Go? I know what it is.
Okay,
but for
so-
those poor souls that don't know, what is Pokemon Go?
I actually didn't even know that it was coming out until people were already playing it. And I saw them posting on Facebook about it. And at first it was my 11-year-old nephew, Nathan, was like, I do it for Pokemon Go. Talking about it. And I was like, oh, it must just be some stupid little game. He spends a lot of time playing Minecraft, so I figured it's dumb. Well, then adults started talking about it, namely you, Jesse. You were talking a lot about it, really, really upfront.
Really obnoxiously flooding Facebook with it unapologetically.
Right.
Ain't even sorry.
Yeah, I didn't even know what it was. I don't really read a lot about games that are coming out unless I'm really interested. I had no idea this was coming out because I've never considered a phone game to be a game, I guess. But so I downloaded it and I work a lot. So I kind of was using it as my excuse to not really play it. I'm an adult. I have to go to bed. I have a bedtime. I can't stay up all night playing Pokemon.
Right.
But as I started to see what the game was, it became a little clearer.
Yeah.
First of all, the game doesn't give you anything up front, and I think you all know that now, anyone who's been playing.
It's added a little bit of a tutorial.
I didn't get one at all.
Just today, I think.
Right, it's only been out for a week, right?
I noticed something today that wasn't there before, which is the little professor tells you what to do in a battle and stuff like that.
I had to watch some YouTube videos, but basically in a nutshell, and I'm sure everyone who's listening to us is already playing it or knows someone who is, but it's a game where it uses your GPS in your phone to track Pokemon within your area, and it's accessible anywhere. Jesse and I both live on separate sides of Lee County area of Southwest Florida. And it's at her place, it's at my place, different Pokemon, different areas. So the GPS goes off, tells you where Pokemon are. You have to actually walk to find them. And then it kind of superimposes these Pokemon images that are animated onto your phone screen, your camera screen.
Yeah,
and
so it's that augmented reality, which is really cool.
Yeah.
So you're holding your phone and you look out and you see your yard or a lake, and then all of a sudden there's a Pikachu, and it's amazing.
And sometimes it doesn't really make a lot of sense. If you're playing in bed, it's just dark.
Right.
But sometimes it's awesome, and it shows up right on your dashboard if you're driving and playing at the same time, which we're not supposed to do.
We are not, and we don't do that. We never do that.
Right.
I've never, not once done that, not even for a minute.
Yeah, it's a complete phenomenon. And everyone's into it right now.
It's 20 years after Pokemon first became a thing.
Right.
That's where we are now. So, Pokemon has been a big deal for 2 decades now. But this has reinvigorated that whole franchise more than any game I can think of, in the last few years. It's really brought people back into the fandom.
I've never seen anything do what this game has done because it's never taken the community of video games and actual community. You have to leave your house to play this. You can't just sit in your house.
Yeah.
You have to go. And my favorite part of it is the fact that it makes you go and, find out what's in your community. I've lived in my side of town in my little area for almost 2 years, about a year and a half now. And I had absolutely no idea that there was all this cool shit at this Catholic church down the street. And now it's gorgeous.
That's awesome. So another thing that's really cool about this game, I think, is how it was conceived, how it initially got started. It was an April Fool's Day joke.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah, a lot of people aren't aware of that, but it was like, it came out as a joke, like, all right, Pokemon's going to come out with this game where you can catch Pokemon in real life with your phone, and people kind of fell for it. But then after people realized it was a joke, they were like, no, why can't we really do this?
Yeah.
We have the technology to make this happen.
Did it actually come from Game Freak or the people who like own Pokemon? Were they the ones who made the joke or some random person?
I don't remember who made the joke. I think it was Pokemon. And then they were able to partner with Niantic, which was able to develop the game based on another game called Ingress, which is a very similar platform.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's actually what the map is based on. Like they have the same like Pokestops.
It's on your phone?
Yeah, this is definitely I'm going. So that's pretty cool. So, I mean, I've been into Pokemon for a long time. How long? Are you like a new Pokemon fan or?
No.
I didn't think so.
No.
I didn't think so.
I was probably 6 or 7. Well, maybe a little bit older. Between like 7 and 9 when the game came, when the show first came out. I was obsessed. I mean, it was my life. Like before Harry Potter, it was Pokemon. I remember this one Christmas where my dad had like worked extra hard, both my parents obviously, and they bought me like a shit ton of Pokemon stuff for Christmas, and I just started getting into it, and it just like put me into like the royalty of my neighborhood as far as who had Pokemon stuff. We spent a lot of time at the flea market, and there was a lady there that had Pokemon cards, and before everyone had a Mew, a holographic Mew, because they gave him out with the movie tickets, but before that they were like really sought after for a little while, and I had like 6 because this lady kept giving them to me. But I was obsessed.
Yeah.
I played it on the little Game Boy Color. I had the stuffies. I had posters. I knew them all in order. I mean, like I was
Forwards,
obsessed.
backwards.
Every episode.
Yeah.
Yes.
It came out when I was in junior high, and I was like, I'm an old kid. I'm too cool for Pokemon. Like I'm mature, and so I wasn't into it. And then like 8th, 9th grade, someone handed me their Nintendo Game Boy with the Pokemon on it, and I was like, okay, I'll try this. And then I was hooked.
Yeah.
And then I started watching the cartoon, and so I've been in it since then, and then like probably part of a good story that sort of illustrates how Pokemon is important in my life is, when someone asks you, and we're all going to get this question for the rest of our lives, where were you on 9/11?
Yeah.
I was playing Pokemon during marching band practice.
I was sleeping in my 5th grade class. Or 4th grade.
Sounds like something you would do.
Slacker.
So yeah, and I was slacking because I wasn't practicing during marching band. I was playing Pokemon. Yeah. So yeah, that was it. That's one of those memories you're never going to forget.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty crazy. So where are you in the game right now? I know you didn't start right away.
I didn't start right away. Like I was kind of bitter about it because, like I said, I love Pokemon. I carried it on, when I was like a little mall rat, like 16, 17, I still had little Pokeball. I still have Pokemon stuff, like I loved it even before I knew this game was coming out. I just don't follow like what's new and what's out there. And I don't really mess around with my phone that much except for like Facebook. So I didn't know it was coming. I didn't start immediately. I downloaded it, like I said, when I saw a couple of people talking about it, and I just kind of let it sit there. I couldn't really figure it out. And I was really frustrated because I want to be like, of all people who like I feel like I'm doing 9-year-old Shelby such a disjust. Like she can be a Pokemaster, and I just don't want to play. But I was feeling antsy, and I went over to my mom's house. My mom has lost her fucking mind.
Yeah, your mom's like a master.
She has lost her mind.
Your mom's dominating all of her town.
She picked it up because she's like, oh, I guess I'll just download this thing. Like Shelby liked Pokemon when I'm making her sound old. She's not that old. But she's like, Shelby liked Pokemon when she was younger, and now I'm going to do it to play with Nathan.
Now she's British all of a sudden.
She's like fucking level 20. But I went to her house and I was like, can you show me where to find Pokemon?
Mom,
and
teach me how to be a master.
And I went from like level 2 to like level 7. And
so you're
just
like
one
a level 7 now?
Yeah, almost level 8. And I've been like,
that's not bad.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, really for that short of a time period you've been playing.
What are you, Jessie?
Well, I'm a level 14, which is very impressive to me and not impressive to people that are like level 20. So,
it's crazy
those people are intense.
I exaggerate. My mom's like 17 or 18.
That's really great. Yeah. That's really great. No, I started it when the app only had 50,000 downloads, and now it's over 5 million. Like last time I checked yesterday, and it was 5 million. So I'm sure it's more than that now. So yeah, I'm level 14. My highest combat point Pokemon is a Seadra, and it's at like 604.
Okay.
So I feel like it should be higher. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong, but I'm not getting the high combat points that some people are doing. So I need to do some research.
I don't know. I noticed that actually when I was looking at your Pokemon, because I feel like at that level,
I feel like they should be higher. So
I know my mom.
I might need some advice from your mom mom.
My mom hasn't been doing much to like, because she was afraid to try to take a gem, and last night I like forced her to, and she whooped ass. But like I did it for her, 'cause she's like, I don't know, I don't want to lose, it's embarrassing. But she like whooped ass because all of her little Pokemons got like 700 to 800 CP, and she's not doing anything to like increase it. So are you using like the Stardust or whatever?
Yeah,
are you
I'm using
actually
the
powering them
Stardust.
up?
Yeah, I'm powering them up. Well, I'm not powering them up until I've evolved them.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should power them up first. I don't know. Maybe someone can give me
I've
some
been
advice.
powering mine up, and even if they're not evolved, I just pick the ones I know I'm going to stick with and want to evolve.
Yeah. So I got interviewed by the news a couple of times. So, which was pretty cool. So I got on Wink News and Fox News. Wink was a little bit more, they sort of went with the scare factor, because there's been a few there's been a few negative news stories. They pulled a Fox. They pulled a Fox News. So Wink about
the rapey part.
They went with the like some people got robbed and therefore people need to be careful. And like, yeah, they do, but I mean, people have been getting robbed since the beginning of time. It's not Pokemon Go's fault that a couple people got robbed, right?
Well, right. I don't think so either. And like, I am kind of a paranoid person. Like, I'm either incredibly careless or I'm like very paranoid. And last night, my mom and I were walking around this parking lot, and it was dark. Like, it was nighttime. And the coolest part was there was me and my mom wandering around together. There was a young couple, probably about my age, a male and a female, wandering around together. There was a couple of redneck dudes wandering around together. And we kept passing each other and be like, hey, did you set that lure? No, we didn't. Oh, what team are you? Oh, cool. And it was awesome. There was one dude walking around by himself. And like, this sounds really fucked up. And I sound like such a whiny, like nerdy, like, I don't know, like white bread white person. But he was like kind of intimidating. Like full grill, super fucking beefy. This like dude that I'm like, and you automatically is like, oh my God, I'm in a dark parking lot. He wasn't black, by the way. It's not like a race thing, but he was just like kind of scary looking. Yeah. And he's like on his phone. And I got in my head, I'm like, man, like a bunch of these pasty little nerds are walking around with their heads down looking at their phones. Like, it would be so easy to come up and rob me and my mom right now. And I realized the fucking guy was playing. He's probably my age, and he probably grew up with Pokemon too.
And I'm like, to play. He just wants to play.
Yeah,
and
who can take something that make it negative?
People can rob you, and you're, you know, if you're out, at crazy hours of night, maybe that makes you more susceptible. Right. Go out with friends, folks. Go out with friends. Let people know where you're going. Take some common sense that you would take with any other time you're going out at 3 a.m. in public. So I think that's more important than the news being all like weird about
they
it.
They gotta make it negative no matter what. What happened though? Like Fox something happened, didn't it? Like they actually arrested like a real life Team Rocket, didn't they?
There was like 4 dudes that they waited at Pokestops that weren't super populated, and when they would put lures, and then people would come to the Pokespot, they would like steal their phones, and they were just like 4 stupid teenagers. And they weren't like criminal masterminds.
Yes, and that's another thing too, is that there's some of the Pokestops. I mean, I think they're all totally fine, because my friend at work told me that they purposely generate the Pokestops to be places that are safe. That's why you wouldn't go to like a notoriously bad neighborhood and find a lot of Pokestops, because they go, and that's why a lot of them are at churches. It's not a weird religious conspiracy. It's that churches have a low crime rate because it's fucking church.
Generally, people don't want to shoot you in front of Jesus.
Not all the time.
Generally speaking.
So at night, don't go to those ones. Even if you're with someone, don't go to one that's way off the beaten track. Wait until the morning to go to that Pokestop. We don't want any Pokemasters. Yeah, so Armed, our intern, can look stuff up for us now. We don't have an intern, we have a producer. But he acts as intern too. Armed robber uses Pokemon Go to find 9 victims. And this happened in, I think, like Minnesota or Missouri. It happened in O'Fallon, Missouri.
Okay.
Crazy.
Yeah, but they got arrested, and it's, you know, it's not a big deal. I did hear about a teenager that got shot because he was trying to track.
True, though?
He was trying to track a rare Pokemon, and he opened some lady's window in her house in the middle of the night, and she shot him.
That's ridiculous.
Which is like,
that
to me,
not a real story.
To me, maybe he was actually trying to track a rare Pokemon. Maybe he was actually trying to rob her, and his friend made up this story so he doesn't look stupid. I don't know.
The trespassing
but it looks
part,
more stupid.
Yeah, the trespassing part is scary to me because I was tracking something relatively rare in my work neighborhood, and I almost ran into the backyard of somebody else's. I'm like, that's how people get shot.
So I got a follow-up phone call from Wink because they wanted to do a more positive story, and they want to talk. They want to talk about how it's helping boost some of the local businesses, because some businesses are being smart and they're jumping on. They're jumping on. So what they asked me, like, if I knew of anything, and the things I've heard is, you know, some businesses, if there's a Pokestop near their business or in their business, the business will pay for the lures and just leave them up all day, and then people can sit there and, you know, buy coffee or snacks.
The hotspot in Lehigh is a Perkins, and it's the chef. We found out it's the cook all day dropping those lures. He's playing too, and he got smart. Yeah, but I mean, I'll go in and actually have pancakes at Perkins. Well, I love Perkins.
I love Perkins. Shout out Perkins. Sponsor
Perkins
us.
and Pokemon.
Sponsor us, Perkins.
Yeah.
But absolutely. And then there's, other businesses are, even if they're just, close to a gym or close to a Poke spot, if you're like traveling past it, you're getting hot, you're getting tired, you might go in for a break. I got to go to a restaurant the other day and I was super tired from chasing Pokemon all day, and it's hot in July in Florida. And I was like, could I possibly use an electrical outlet while I'm here? And they were like, sure.
Poke Station.
So I was able to sit there for a little bit longer, charge my phone in air conditioning, and get food from them. And if they had said that they didn't have one, I'd be like, okay, I'm going to go find a restaurant that does.
So they're embracing it. I also want to point out to the listeners, folks, Jessie isn't just doing this like a normal like adult. Like she's got a community. She's like a ringleader now in downtown. She knows all of these people. She's literally been going to downtown every single night and hanging out with masses of strangers, and is like slowly building her own little army. It's not like normal, like, oh, I'm off from work, I did the dishes, I'm gonna go out and play for like an hour. No, Jessie is losing her mind. Like she can barely hold herself up right now. Yeah. This isn't for the sake of the podcast. She's losing it over this game. It's pretty hilarious.
It was rough at work today. I was like barely on my feet because I haven't slept in like 4 days. It's been rough, but it's worth it because
awesome,
you're never going to be the very best unless you're willing to give it your all, folks.
Yeah.
Give it your all. Sacrifice relationships, sacrifice your children, sacrifice your job, sacrifice
your health,
your property. If you rent or own a home, sacrifice it.
Just let it go.
Because only the truly committed can be Pokemon masters.
It's true. Remember whenever Ash left Palatown? Like he just had a backpack and nothing else.
Just a backpack and a dream.
Yep.
And that's all I have too.
Yep. And he was also like 11. That always concerned me a little bit.
Yeah, where are his parents?
I don't know.
I think that we should see and let the listeners know where our alliances lie at this point.
It's a big deal.
This is going to either gain us a lot of listeners or lose a lot of listeners, I think. Some people might just turn it off.
You're going to lose us a lot of listeners.
I think nobody wants to listen to us once they hear what crappy team you picked.
I know. I can't believe the rivalry.
I think on the count of 3, let's say what color team.
Well, let's explain it first. Okay. There's 3 teams based on the legendary birds. You've got like it's Instinct,
Team Instinct
which is
yellow.
You have Valor, which is red, and then you have Mystic, which is blue. And it doesn't really give you any like reason or rhyme. It's just like pick one.
Yeah, you're like okay.
So on the count of 3.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Valor.
Instinct. What?
Shelby.
She was Valor,
Shelby is on the PP team.
You're literally a bully. Like you're actually a bully. If there's anything I've learned on Facebook in the last week, it's
team.
that cops suck and that that Valor sucks as well.
Yeah. No, Valor is just awesome and you can't deal with it. So I think what we should do now that we've picked our team, we've set our alliances down, is there's a quiz on BuzzFeed that we can take, and it'll tell us, according to BuzzFeed's algorithm, what team we should be on. Okay. And I'm very interested to see if I've picked the right team, because I feel like I am in the only team that I could possibly be in. I feel like the other teams suck, and Valor's awesome.
You're going to answer accurately,
I'm going to answer accurately. I'm going to answer with my real, honest-to-God feelings. So the first question is, and this is the BuzzFeed article is called "Which Pokemon Go team is right for you?" Yeah. The first question is, choose a Gen 1 starter. I can pick from Charmander, Bulbasaur, Squirtle, or Pikachu. I'm going to go with the one I actually did pick, which is Charmander.
Did you get to pick one in the game? I thought that you only get to catch it. It was like random assigned to you in the game. Oh, I have Bulbasaur for whatever reason, but I always pick Squirtle. Okay. So you went with Charmander?
Yeah.
All right.
Because he's awesome. He'll burn your shit down.
Are you influenced more by nature, your innate qualities, or nurture, the experiences that have shaped who you are?
I think it's more nurture.
I'm more nurture too.
Okay. Do you think of yourself more as an introvert or an extrovert?
That's so loaded.
That is loaded because I feel like I'm both. Like I'm an unwilling extrovert.
I think I'm definitely an extrovert too. I'm trying to think of like, when am I happier? I think I'm happier around people.
You've got a beloved Pikachu and a Thunderstone. Do you evolve your friend into a Raichu or keep him as a Pikachu?
Always keep him as a Pikachu.
Fuck that. I want a stronger Pokemon. Give me that Raichu.
Raichu was like, Raichu. Everyone hated Raichu.
He does have a terrible voice. Raichu. He sounds like he's like slow sneezing.
Do you worry about a lot of things? Or are you more laid back?
Oh, fuck. Like, it depends.
I always want to say I'm a worrier, but I think I'm more of a thinker. Like, I'm always like, okay, here's the things I have to do, but I don't worry about it.
Yeah,
so I would say I'm more laid back.
I'm just engaged. So I'll say laid back.
Right. Okay.
Do you have an active imagination?
Yes.
All right. Next
Pick a gym leader. You have between Lieutenant Surge, you have Sabrina, and you have Giovanni. Oh my God, Giovanni was the one that was like, he had the Persian. right?
Oh yeah, Sabrina's a girl. I'm picking a girl.
I'm going with the mafia-looking motherfucker.
Feminism.
Giovanni.
If you had something you had to get done, when would you do it? Right away or not until I absolutely
Oh my
had
God,
to?
not until I absolutely had to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which lyric from the Pokemon theme song best describes you? I want to be the very best like no one ever was. Or to catch them is my real test. To train them is my cause. Or
Losing all the
it's you
listeners.
and me. I know it's my destiny. Which one was yours?
I want to be the very best like no one ever was.
Oh,
I got my result.
I'm gonna do the second one. To track. What'd you get?
Team Valor.
I got Valor too.
Yes, you're one of us.
I already knew that. I'm pretty sure I said that before we started recording though, because we were kind of talking about like who we picked, like just a cash conversation between us. And I said like I went instinct because like I want to be different and like I want to be
against the grain.
I want to stick out. And then I said I'm pretty sure it's a Valor thing to say. I'm also a Leo, and I feel like it's very fire sign-ish.
Also, polls are showing that Mystic has the most people. They're just not as loud and annoying about it as the Valor people. So
my friend at work was like cracking me up because he said that he noticed in his neighborhood that during the day when he's home, all the gyms in the area, they're all red because it's summertime and they're all 12-year-olds. So they're home. And he said like after 8 o'clock, they all go blue because that's when the kids are asleep and Mystic comes out. So
every single night, all day long, the the two gyms near my house will be red. And then after I go to bed and when I wake up, like I'll go to bed and it's red. I'll wake up and it's blue. So sometime at night, some blue people who don't have any jobs, who have no children, who have no life, they come and take my gyms. It's probably my roommate Sherry, who is a blue bastard.
Sherry's just sneaking out of
Sherry's
the house.
a blue bastard. My boyfriend is a blue bastard. And I think they're sneaking out and cheating on me with the gym.
Yeah. We put this poll on our Facebook, which if you're listening right now, you should go and do it because it's kind of fun to see who, like what's going to be represented at this event that we're going to tell you all about at the end of the podcast. But which teams, basically like of all of our followers, like what team are you? And it's like significantly all red. It's all Valor. There's some blue in there. And there's like one instinct out there with me. So I'm calling you out, Kyle. What's
Kyle-Ann.
up? You and I have the shit on lockdown. We are yellow. So
do you think that there's? I think I've seen mostly positive interactions between the teams. Like obviously we're picking on each other right now. I've seen mostly positive, fun things. I've met so many awesome people. I see the potential though for the shit talking to get out of hand.
I don't know. I'm really competitive, so I was trying to think about that. We're like. The shit talking's really fun to me. I enjoy it as long as you can tell the other person is comfortable.
Well, as long as we're having a good time, we're ribbing each other.
You and I both, though, have a tendency to be a little bit bullyish. Like, I know I'm like that, and I've noticed it, like, slightly with you. I think we're also the kinds that we just have a rough sense of humor. Yeah. And if we both noticed that we were hurting someone's feelings, I think we'd feel really bad.
I would pull it back so fast.
Oh, yeah, so would I. And I would apologize profusely. But I tease really hard, so I don't really mind it. I can see why some people would, though. I mean, this is bringing people out that might not have, like, flourishing social lives, because I mean everyone fucking loved Pokemon. If you're under the age of like 35, you loved Pokemon.
Absolutely.
So you're out there just because you might not have turned out to be a very social person, or even some people who might have social not disability, but like social underdevelopment. I don't know that they would necessarily take like, oh, fuck you, man, like run off. And people are treating each other like that. Yeah. But being competitive, if I took a gem and then I saw someone in the parking lot and I knew they're the ones who took it, I might get really pissed. So I don't know.
well, see, like I've definitely like whenever I was going downtown a lot, I would have people come up and their first question, like, it's not hi, how are you? It's what color team are you on? Yeah. And whenever I would say red, they would be like, yeah, or they'd be like, oh, boo. Yeah. And it was usually like, oh, boos. But there were a couple people who were like, fuck you. And I was like, fuck you. And it was fine. Like it was, but I can see how some people are going to be like did a stranger just say fuck you to me? Like, I think we all got to be aware that like we might have something in common. That doesn't mean we all like are friends.
Yeah.
We're not all friends.
I disagree, but I mean, I can see why some people might not be that fuzzy about it.
What's something that might be okay between friends might not come across as so funny if you're a total stranger, or if you're, if you just don't get that sense of humor. And that's okay. Not everyone has to have the same sense of humor.
Well, and watching like the online interactions and all the groups, like there's a very huge group in our area called Pokemon Go Regional Southwest Florida. Yeah. Sorry, excuse me.
And that's been a really funny group. It's been really funny.
But what I've noticed is it's brought people out that probably really do just genuinely like to complain. And they're like, yes, the reason to complain. But on the other side, it's brought people out who just genuinely like to be terrible. And they're like, yes, the reason to be horrible to people.
Love it.
So it sucks. Like, why can't you just be yourself and enjoy it? And like, this is a magical thing that's happening right now. And we should all embrace it. And God only knows what will be popular in 2 weeks. And nobody will be playing then, perhaps. Possibly. Except for Jesse and my mother.
And I'll still be winning. Your mom will still be kicking my but that's all still going. I think that's a good point. I think that.
So why don't we just make it awesome and magical?
This game is doing something that no other game has done before.
Let's all pretend we're 9.
Let's all just embrace that joy, and let's not use it as an opportunity to pick on marginalized groups. Let's not use it as an opportunity to pick on people who are different. Let's use it as an opportunity to say, hey, we don't know anything about each other, but we have this one thing in common. Let's build on that.
After all, the Pokemon was all about friendship.
Right. What would Butterfree do? That's what I always ask.
Butterfree was kind of a dick, though.
Butterfree was amazing and sweet and flew away and made us all cry. So if you didn't cry when Butterfree left, you have no
That's what I just remember.
soul.
You have no idea how hard it was for me. I've already made this joke on this podcast, but it was so hard for me not to be like, when you're like, this is Jesse, I want to be like, and this is James.
God, let's take a few lessons from Team Rocket. Even though they were jerks,
oh my God,
they all had heart.
They loved each other. There were some really funny episodes. Remember the one where James got boobs?
Oh, that was a great one. When you look at their words too, it's to protect the world from devastation, to unite all peoples within our nation.
Jesse.
I mean, James.
Team Rocket, blast off again. Meow. That's right.
Exactly. Those are positive words. Let's take those positive words to heart.
I never noticed that. Why are they assholes then?
You know, I think it's because they are Team Valor-ish in that they're more concerned with just catching Pokemon at all costs. And they're not, I mean, I don't know like why they're jerks. Maybe there's some psychology in there in one of the episodes I missed, but they're great. But let's talk really quick towards the end here about our picnic that's coming up July 7th, which is this coming Sunday at Centennial Park in downtown Fort Myers. We will be having a picnic. And when I say having a picnic, I mean bring your own crap, but but you can sit near us. It's a public park. Anybody's welcome. And we really want to extend an invitation to all the Pokemon Go fans out there to come out, bring your lunch, bring a blanket, bring a chair.
And if you bring a little extra, if you bring like a bag of chips, you bring some pizza. I'm thinking about stopping and grabbing a couple of Little Caesars pizzas. So I mean, just show up anyways. We're going to have at least bottled water for you.
Yeah, we'll have some bottled water. We may have some other goodie giveaway type things.
Yes, we're going to be giving away some Pokemon merchandise based on you have to love us and worship us and follow us on Facebook.
Right.
And
so you have to know what we look like to find us. So hopefully you've been following us on
we'll have like little
everything.
ribbons to signify in like little logos for like what team you picked. It's going to be a no bullying zone. Although I don't mind the bullying, so maybe we'll have like a bullying zone within our no bullying zone. So it's like, if you want to be a bully, go over there.
You
and
can
have
sit
fun.
next to me if you want to be a bully.
Yes.
Yeah. So come on out to the picnic. Bring some food. Bring some sunscreen.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be hot.
Water for sure.
Bring some water. Hopefully.
What time does it start?
It starts at noon.
Okay.
I have it scheduled on Facebook to 3, but it's kind of till like whenever you're done eating and you want to go wander. It's kind of open ended. Be prepared for the heat. Take care of each other, and let's have some fun. Let's catch some Pokemon. Let's power through the server issues.
Oh my God, I can't even imagine. How terrible is that going to be?
It's going to be awesome. It's going to be great. Let's think positive. All right. Thank you, folks, for listening. And make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, at SPEW Podcast.
We're on iTunes. We're
RSS
on
feed.
the YouTube.
We'll
RSS
figure out what that means one of these days. And we're signing off. Have a great one.
All right. Bye, guys.